Attention retailers, importers, clearing agents and customs brokers. All television sets and decoders entering the Kingdom of Eswatini now require mandatory ESTVA authorization before customs clearance. No clearance without valid ESTVA import permit. Don't risk delays at the border. Submit your application 24 to 48 hours before your shipment arrives. We process complete applications in just 1 to 2 working days. Our QR-coded permits make the verification quick and easy. Always double-check your HS codes and quantities for smooth compliance. The process is simple. Step 1. Submit your completed application form. Annex A with product line items for TVs, decoders and commercial invoice. Step 2. Eswatini TV reviews and approves. Step 3. Make payment and complete verification. Step 4. Receive your permit. Step 5. Clear customs smoothly at the border. Make sure you have all your required documents, a completed application form, Annex A detailing your product line items, commercial invoice, valid TV retailer license, and letter of authority if applicable. Our permits feature QR codes for easy border verification. For assistance, email us at license@eswatinitv.co.sz or call our help desk. Apply before your shipment arrives. Ensure compliance and avoid delays. Remember, all TV sets and decoders entering the Kingdom of Eswatini must have a valid ESTVA import permit. Thank you. Act now.
Three minutes after 2, a very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Monday edition of Market View. I am Nathalie Sitole. Welcome to the program. As Eswatini continues to seek practical solutions to youth unemployment and financial exclusion, the German Cooperative and Raiffeisen Confederation, DGRV, has supported the establishment of the country's first digital-first savings and credit cooperative, the Yes Digital Sacco. The Yes Digital Sacco is designed for young people, workers and families, allowing members to save, buy shares and access affordable loans using their mobile phones. But for any cooperative to grow, good governance must remain at its core. To help us understand how effective governance can drive the success of this youth-focused cooperative, we will speak to the project advisor at the German Cooperative and Raiffeisen Confederation, DGRV. But first, let's get you up to speed with some of the latest in business. In our business news this afternoon, the overall winner of the Entrepreneur of the Year Awards in the Lubombo region is Eli Olivia, owned by Eli Olivia Koza, which operates a cattle farming business with over 100 cows for dairy and beef production. The business also does dry maize and bean production on 10 hectares of land. Reacting to the win, Koza encouraged other women entrepreneurs to persevere in their work. This was during the awards at Sitegi Hotel, where the winners shared 80,000 Malangeni in total. The awards are hosted by Setco and financially supported by First National Bank Eswatini with 2 million in Malangeni.
Lubombo Regional winner says hard work, determination and perseverance have been key ingredients behind her success, culminating into her overall victory.
Emandla ukuthi ngiqhubekele phambili nomsebenzi wami kuze nalabanye bomake babe sibonele kuko konke longikwendako lokuthi ngimhlaba lomncane lonawo noma emandila amancane lonawo nyangetandla takho uyakhona lokuthi nawe utikhanze ungisomabhizinisi utikhanze bantfu bakho ubaphilisa.
Representing the Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, the Principal Secretary, Melusi Masugu, says the number of entries received from the region was overwhelming.
Let me place Lubombo's performance this year within that national picture. Of this 20th anniversary edition, 87 applications, about a quarter of the national total, came from right here, the Lubombo region. And of those 87 applicants, 73% are women. And of those 87 applicants, 73% are women, well above this year's national average of 64%. That is not a regional footnote. That is Lubombo leading the kingdom on inclusive economic participation, and government takes note of it. I am equally pleased that this year's Lubombo figure, though 15.5% lower than the 103 applications recorded in 2025, reflects a deliberate policy choice rather than a decline. SEDCO agreed that in a competition, the measure of success is not the volume of entries, but the readiness of the businesses behind them. A more focused field of 87 businesses, each genuinely prepared to be judged against this program standards, serves the purpose of this program. The Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Trade does not measure its success by ceremonies alone. We measure it by the regulatory environment we build, the market access we secure, and the institutions we strengthen.
First National Bank's Chief Executive Officer Thokozani Dlamini states that supporting the Entrepreneur of the Year Awards is one of the bank's ways of giving back to the people and promoting entrepreneurship.
Eswatini, we have started our new financial year with a renewed commitment to Eswatini, driven by our desire to bring sustainable help to all Emaswati. We have termed this commitment, Help is for Everyone. Nomage lusito lolukhonzile lwawo onke eMaswati. Silibhange le-FNB sikholelwa ukuthi lonke liSwati nayo yonke ibhizinisi yeliswati ababe nemathuba lamahle ukuthi bandlondlobale bafeze amaphupho abo. Siyakholelwa ke nekuthi njengengcenye yemango nelive lonke sinenzima lenkulu lesingayidlala ekwakheni lokhu lesithi pheceleti i-conducive environment kuze kuthi eMaswati nemabhizinisi awo bacale bagijime bakhule baphinze bafeze emaphupho abo. Ngiko ke sinentshisekelo lenkulu ngebudlelwane bethu na SEDCO ngema Entrepreneur of the Year Awards ngoba asivumela ukuthi sisonzele edvute nemabhizinisi lamancane siweve siphinze futhi sibe nawo.
Director of Small and Medium Enterprises, Mluleki Dlamini, announces the other winners in the competition.
It's agribusiness. Majaji ahambe atfola lenye business le fuya tingomo dairy and beef production. There are over 100. They also do feed crops on 10 hectares of land with a variation of dry maize and bean production. Supply Emma butcheries across the country, and this business is owned by Eli Olivia. Eli Olivia. ngathi yasonzela le prophecy. Ezisichubeka sisebenta ngathi itawugcina ihambela ngakhona.
And that is your business brief. We'll speak to the DGIV after this.
To all the viewers of Eswatini TV in the kingdom and beyond. Eswatini TV is regulated by the Eswatini Communications Commission through the Broadcasting Code and Broadcasting Guidelines. Under these instruments, the station commits to broadcasting information and news that have been fact-checked, programs and content in respectful language with no elements of hate speech, violence or sexual activity. If you hear any unsuitable content on this channel, you have a right to voice your complaints with the station management. Should you not be satisfied with the response or action taken, you can escalate your matter to the Communications Commission at PO Box 7811 Babani. Call 2406 7000 or send an email to info@esccom.org.za. For more information, visit www.esccom.org.za.
Welcome back. And moving on to the program, the German Cooperative and Raiffeisen Confederation, DGIV, has helped establish Eswatini's first digital first savings and credit cooperative years digital SACCO designed for youth, workers and families. The cooperative enables members to save, build shares and access fair loans from their mobile phones, starting with savings as low as 50 emalangeni. With youth unemployment remaining a major challenge, how will YES Digital SACCO empower young people financially? Tandega Dabata, project advisor at German Cooperative and Raiffeisen Confederation, joins us virtually to unpack governance in such a cooperative. Tandega, good afternoon. Thank you very much for talking to us. Start us off briefly. What is YES Digital SACCO and how does it work?
Thank you very much for having us. So YES Digital SACCO is a savings and credit cooperative that provides a platform for young people to start saving together and participating in their own economic development, to fund their own businesses and ensure that they have a resource base where they can access funds. So it is young people centered around young people activities, or focusing on young people activities, ensuring that they have access to funds to continue with their various businesses. So how it works is everything is done digitally. We know how young people, how we are more focused on our phones, or we have a good, close relationship with our phones. So that provides, so the services are provided digitally so that no member has to actually go to an office to get access to documents and all those other work-related things. So it basically provides a platform where you can do all your banking services or get access to affordable financial services online.
We do live in a digital age, Tandega, and that alone has in some way made it difficult for people to just convene, and discuss and sit down and talk about a lot of subjects. Now, when we speak about the YES Cooperative, what is the good governance that could be adopted, or the principles that it should adopt to ensure its long-term success?
Okay, so when we talk of governance in the cooperative space, we talk of a system by which the cooperative is controlled and how it operates, as well as the mechanisms by which it and its people are held to account. So Good governance ensures that a cooperative is sustainable and they are taking up their responsibility of membership, and ensures that members actively participate in their cooperative. So each member of a cooperative so good governance will talk about the equality of members and each member playing their active role in ensuring that they take up their responsibility of membership while also ensuring that things are done in a good or proper manner within their cooperative. So when we talk of governance, then we talk of your we'll talk of ethics, we talk of your risk management, compliance, administration, because cooperatives in general have three key pillars. We talk of self-reliance, self-administration, and self-responsibility. So all the work that is done in a cooperative relies solely on the members. Now, when the members do not do it correctly, that then deters the growth and the development of a SACCO. When it is done when it is not done accordingly, it creates problems with sustainability. It creates problems also with trust and accountability among members, and hence that deters growth and development of a SACCO.
Thandeka, because members will be entrusting their savings to the cooperative, confidence is critical. Why are accountability and transparency essential in managing such a cooperative?
Yeah, so cooperatives are a business model that combines or joins people from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different understandings of business, and different challenges, but all with one common need. It depends on which part of the cooperative. Now we're talking about financial cooperatives, so you talk of access to affordable financial services. So there's a common need to say we want to have access to these financial services. So trust and accountability then become a critical role because they take the center stage, because it's basically people who have no past experience with each other, or may or may not have past experience with each other, but accountability and transparency, they ensure that leaders act in the best interest of the members. So once you come together, form a cooperative, and you're elected as a leader, it ensures that the leaders have not forgotten why we came together, or the leaders in the activities that they do always act at the best interest of the members, not of themselves as the leadership, or sitting in occupying the various positions that they're occupying, or that they are not crowded, or they are not they don't get influenced by external entities in their operations, but ensure that they are still meeting the needs of the members, or the common needs that they had. So it basically ensures that leaders act in the best interest of the members, and resources are managed responsibly, and trust is maintained, which is quite critical in the growth and the sustainability of the cooperative. It also assists in growth in terms of more sustainable growth, and ensuring that the cooperative is not stagnant, but also provides opportunity for growth and development in other spheres or in other venues of the cooperative.
Yeah, access to financial services, as you say, is one of the challenges faced by youth cooperatives. Expand on an additional 2 or 3 and how you think these could be addressed early.
There's a lot. How can they be addressed early? I think the knowledge of saving, just generally from a young age, by children, to say there are not every cent that we get, or not every emalangini that we get needs to be spent, but rather look into look into saving one, and how can we pull our resources together so that we ensure that we're able to fund or be able to support the business ventures that we have. So one, I would speak about savings at a very young age, not infancy, but as soon as children start understanding the money, then they should understand the value of money and what money can provide, and how community initiatives, or the work of working together, can also assist in addressing some of our common challenges. Unemployment is a problem in the world. I wouldn't even say only in Eswatini, because almost all other countries experience the same. So I would also say the value of working together or cooperating would greatly assist it's one of the key things to understand at a young age. So I think I would highlight those.
Thandeka, we'll leave you here. Thank you very much for talking to us. That was Thandeka Dabata, who is the project advisor at the German Cooperative and Raiffeisen Confederation, just shedding light on the recently established Digital First Savings and Credit Cooperatives, or YES Digital SACCO, if you'd like to call it. We are back with in-house economist and LSCB after this.
Those that are in pain must forget all the problems they have. Because the things of the earth have got no answer. But the answer that we have is all morning. When I'm preaching here, I'm preaching to myself. I receive the Holy Spirit.
I declare that a turnaround is coming my way.
Turnaround is coming in my life.
Attention retailers, importers, clearing agents and customs brokers. All television sets and decoders entering the Kingdom of Eswatini now require mandatory ESTVA authorization before customs clearance. No clearance without valid ESTVA import permit. Don't risk delays at the border. Submit your application 24 to 48 hours before your shipment arrives. We process complete applications in just 1 to 2 working days. Our QR-coded permits make the verification quick and easy. Always double-check your HS codes and quantities for smooth compliance. The process is simple. Step 1. Submit your completed application form. Annex A with product line items for TVs, decoders, and commercial invoice. Step 2. Eswatini TV reviews and approves. Step 3. Make payment and complete verification. Step 4. Receive your permit. Step 5. Clear customs smoothly at the border. Make sure you have all your required documents, a completed application form, Annex A detailing your product line items, commercial invoice, valid TV retailer license, and letter of authority if applicable. Our permits feature QR codes for easy border verification. For assistance, email us at license@eswatinitv.co.za or call our help desk. Apply before your shipment arrives. Ensure compliance and avoid delays. Remember, all TV sets and decoders entering the Kingdom of Eswatini must have a valid ESTVA import permit. Thank you. Act now.
Welcome back for market analysis. In-house economist Sanele Sibia joins us virtually. Mr. Sibia, good afternoon. Always a pleasure to see you. So we are seeing escalating tensions between the US and Iran. Just on that part, are we now shifting from celebrating disinflation to focusing about a second inflation shock driven by energy prices?
Thank you, Notile. Good afternoon to you, and also good afternoon to the viewers. What we are looking at in markets right now is those movements in terms of, whether the peace deal is actually going to hold or not. And we're seeing the price of Brent crude oil trading very close to the $90 per barrel mark. And, depending on how the situation escalates or de-escalates, we might cross that 90 or return back to the 70 type of levels. So now that is what markets are trying to adjust into their decision-making matrix this week. And what we're looking at and what we are seeing is a general subdued activity across markets, even though you may see those green spikes coming up here and there, but they do remain really rather, directional rather than significant in terms of the impacts and the magnitudes that we are seeing in markets. And we're just watching to see how that happens. So starting with the US, we are looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 406 points. The Nasdaq Composite Index is up, is down 361 points, and then the Nasdaq Composite Index also down 76 points, largely driven by the movements that we are seeing happening in the US and Iran, and then also just bringing in a new dimension in terms of what is going to be happening in terms of what you call of the interest rates. And then coming into Europe, what's happening in Europe right now, we are seeing, Andy Burnham there making his very first address as UK Prime Minister. Now that brings the UK to about 4 or 5 prime ministers in 4 years. So it's becoming really quite a high turnover event for number 10 there, Downing Street, and it's just becoming one of those situations that investors are looking into. And it also means we are going to see a shift yet again in the UK's economic policy going forward. So we're seeing the FTSE 100 down 56 points. And then when you come into Germany and France, what we're seeing is a bit of an uptick, 1.98 points up in Frankfurt, and Paris up 6.14 points. That's basically a flat line there. That just shows that we're having this huge pressure coming through from the oil spikes that we are seeing earlier on. And then coming into the Asian markets, we've really seen the impact of that happening in the Asian markets. We're seeing the Nikkei is down to the 2,000 down to the 64,000 mark. Remember, just a couple of weeks ago, it was rallying at the 70,000 mark to the 72,000 mark. So we've lost 2,694 points on the Nikkei today, and the Hang Seng and the Shanghai Composite Index, they are basically still below, those optimal levels, but we're seeing some state-backed buying, the propping markets up. The Shanghai Composite Index is basically back on the 3,700 mark. Now, those were last year levels. Remember, early in this year, we were just averaging 4,000 on the Shanghai Composite there. So now that shows that the fundamental weaknesses that we are seeing with the Chinese economy, the growth projection, and then also the faltering real estate market continues to weigh heavily on the Asian markets there. And then coming into Johannesburg, that overall, sensitivity to that international movement, we're seeing the Johannesburg Stock Exchange down 300 points to rest on that 109,000 mark. And we just remember, we were at the 120,000 mark before the war started there, and we're seeing Johannesburg really struggling to get back up to those levels. And then coming into Eswatini, we are up 0.52 points in today's trade to sit on 501.77 in the domestic browser there. And then in terms of the commodities, gold is up 8.7 points, and Brent crude oil is up 0.35 points. Just really mirroring the risk sentiments that we are seeing in markets today. And then in terms of the currencies, we're trading relatively on a weaker position, but we've gained a bit of ground, 16.48 against the dollar. We're down from that 16.52 that we saw earlier on in the session. We also just trading at 18.85 against the euro. Again, just strengthening a bit, and then also we're just stronger against the Japanese yen. Now, that's given the risk sentiments that we are seeing in terms of the markets there, and in terms of, markets are switching to a stable, developed country currencies. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Spear. That was economist Daniel Spear sharing insights on the day's trade. Otherwise, this has been the live transmission of Market View here on Eswatini TV. From myself and the team, let's meet again next time. Take care.